It is the Riot Podcast. Happy Tuesday, April 5th, everybody.
Did anybody yesterday, I promise you, I was like, oh my gosh, it's only Monday. I thought for a moment it was like Thursday, Friday.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, oh wait, yesterday was our first week back in the office for like a full week outside of our fundraiser stuff. So I've been really off already.
It was a unique day yesterday, but I think it went all right.
It did.
And today went well as well. We've got a really good show for you. Yeah. Besides the Doomsday Train, I think we had we are taking a positive look at things, right?
So does the Doomsday Train make it into the podcast? It does. Well, get ready, guys, for some train talk.
So, some positive, uplifting talk about a Doomsday Train.
Well, Isaiah, what else do you think makes it in there that's worth a mention?
See, that when I was thinking about how I was going to phrase this, I was going to say I felt like there was a lot of things that were wrong during the show.
What?
Because I have in our little breakdown, there's a couple of breaks that make it in the podcast. The first one is what's wrong in the break room. The third one is what's wrong with Nikki. The next one is our current food challenges. And so it's a lot of things that are wrong. But my question was, as it was very early in the show, so the one that was what's wrong in the break room.
Yeah.
What was wrong in the break room?
Oh, the toaster.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah.
Just making sure that because that's like my main thing of food. So the toaster, because I toast bread. And I also toast my biscuits in the morning.
Right.
And so yesterday with the toaster
Is that a euphemism?
Yes. Toast those biscuits in the morning.
So did you email the appropriate people?
I haven't emailed anybody. No.
Okay, because
Isaiah, did you?
You said you were going to take care of this.
I know, you should.
And then you said, well, Isaiah uses it, and he found out that it doesn't work, so he should do it.
No,
said.
you said yesterday.
You said
were like,
you would do it.
I said, oh, I probably should email Chris or let Nikki know. And you said, oh, I'll take care of it. I was like, oh, perfect.
No.
Did I say
Why
that?
are you telling me?
Because it seems like something you'd be able to fix.
Is this because I'm a girl?
No, it just seems like you'd be able to figure it out.
I don't want to fix it.
See,
it's not my
it's
spot to
important.
fix.
I don't even know who to email because I don't know if it's like something that we send to the higher ups so they can buy us one, or if it's worth sending to Chris because I think they would just send him out to buy one anyways.
Well, I know.
Or is it worth it for him to try to fix it? I don't think so, but
I
maybe
think you just
then again,
need to email Michael.
You think?
Yeah,
Michael only?
Yeah, Michael, or we can email Karen.
You seem to know what to do, so maybe you could just do it.
You send an email. It's a good thing we reached out to Nikki.
I don't want to. I hate when I get those emails, and I'm always like, this isn't my job. Why am I doing this?
See, I just hate sending the emails that are like, there's something wrong.
I know.
And I'm on a bad streak of sending emails about things that are wrong in my experience, so I think I need a break from that.
But I already emailed Chris something else this morning, so that leaves you, Isaiah.
Well, it seems as if you're kind of already contacting Chris for some things.
So
maybe you guys could just as you're doing things.
I don't want to complicate his workflow in regards to me.
Just slide it in
Too many emails in the thread.
No, I tell you what. Why don't one of you guys walk the toaster upstairs, leave crumbs from the toaster tray, which never gets cleaned out, go upstairs and throw it in the middle of the room and just let it bounce around?
Yeah.
And then someone will be like, what's going on? And then you can say, well, funny, you should say.
Oddly enough.
I've had it up to here with this toaster.
It's broken.
It hasn't worked.
I come in here every single day, and I'm supposed to be working under these circumstances. I can't even make toast. That's my mornings.
No matter where, and I don't know if this is just everybody else, but no matter who it is here, no one wants to be the one to bring up something that's broken, ever.
And this is why Isaiah's not going to be able to toast his biscuits.
I know, yet again this morning, back-to-back days now. And then another thing that we talked about was some of our current food challenges. And one of my current food challenges I didn't talk about on the show, but is my ice cream thing right now.
Oh, dude, you're
too much.
so
I always
into
knew you liked ice cream.
I know, and it's really bad right now because this is now, yesterday was back-to-back days that I went and got ice cream. Yesterday, actually 2 days ago, I got Graders. Oh my goodness, it's like
it's premium ice cream.
Perfect milkshake. And then yesterday, I was on the way home from watching the national championship game. We went out to Roosters and got some wings and stuff. And so I was driving home and I was with my roommate and I was like, do you want to stop and get ice cream?
You got a midnight ice cream?
And so listen, no, we'd only stayed for the first half because I wanted to be able to watch the second half at home, but it was already past the time that Graders was closed.
Yeah.
So, and DQ, everything else was already closed. So we stopped at Speedway and we both got a pint of ice cream and we ate them. It was so
wait,
good.
are you still, because you used to do Oreos at night.
Yes.
Do you still do Oreos or not on ice cream night?
If it's ice cream night, I do not do the Oreos. At least last night I did not, or the night before that.
2 birds with 1 stone with the new Oreo ice cream bars that are quite good.
Ooh,
And you
Eric
get your Oreo fix and the
Eric got yesterday that Biscoff cookie, their ice cream bars.
They have their own? Oh, geez.
So good.
Oh, my gosh, guys,
Come on.
so
We're
good.
not,
so good.
This is not encouragement in our challenges. Yeah, we're just going further down the hill.
Well, enjoy the podcast because you'll hear some of our other more challenging things right now that we have going on. And, of course, text us if there's ever anything you want to include. You might just be in tomorrow's podcast.
That's right. We will catch you then.
Okay, have a good day.
Guys.
Don't say we didn't warn you. This is the worst of the riot.
Have you noticed the issue in the break room? We've got a problem.
What was the issue?
Oh, you haven't noticed yet.
Well, I mean, I was in there.
But
Is it the cake or?
No. Well, that's a coconut cake, isn't it?
Is it
that's an issue to me.
Is it
I
the
don't like coconut,
peppermint sort of dessert thing we have in there?
You know what? I guess there's a lot of issues. It's if you want to look at things as issues.
I see those as promises or not, negatives. But what's the negative?
Those are all just how you look at it.
Yeah.
They're temptation, but one, you can resist, and two, sometimes it's okay to give in to temptation if it's only just so often in moderation.
Sure.
Depending on the temptation. No, the problem is that the toaster does not work.
Another appliance down.
We just can't
What
have
are we
one for too
doing?
long, can we?
I don't know what happened. I think the coffee maker a few months ago just
It just gave up?
It just gave up. It was used every day. That makes sense. We don't use the toaster a whole lot.
Yeah, I guess we don't.
So why is the toaster dead?
I don't know. The problem is when you push down the thing, you know how you push down what is it called? The lever?
The spring, the lever thing? Yeah.
So you push that down, and then ours normally it will beep and say, it's good to go, and then you're free to let it toast as long as you want.
And is it not doing that?
But it beeps if you push it down, but then it just goes right back up.
Did we try unplugging it and plugging it back in?
Well, it's normally unplugged, right?
I know, it's just what you say.
So,
it's just something.
I don't know. It was funny. I was in the break room when Isaiah was the one who realized it was broken.
Yeah.
And so he's trying to get it to go for a little bit. He can't get it. So he's like, I'll just microwave this thing.
Aww.
And then I'm just sitting there just like, come on. You just keep pushing it down. Like, come on, one time. That's the only troubleshooting we really did. Plugging it back in and just pressing the button a million times, which probably only made it worse. So
it's now really broken.
Yeah. Fortunately, toasters, they're not too expensive, right?
Well, you know what the good news is? I told them about the coffee maker. So I call you tell.
I got to be
You're telling about the toaster.
I got to send the toaster email.
You do.
Even though I wasn't even using the toaster, I just happened to be in the same room
Maybe
as the time
we
somebody
have
else was trying to
another
use
one
it.
in the back or something.
Ooh, a spare toaster.
Could be.
We think of everything here, except for that coffee maker.
Well, I think because we break a lot of stuff.
Actually, that's a good point.
It's just more we're prepared. But yeah, we'll see what's up with it. That's not good.
All right. Well, yeah, we got to get. Fortunately, that's you can live without a toaster.
Oh, yeah.
For a little while.
Could be
you can't
way
really live
worse.
without a coffee maker.
Or I thought you were going to tell me the fridge or something. What's wrong with something bigger?
The water filter needs to be replaced.
Oh, that's Chris.
Which I have no idea how to do that or where to buy one or why that's necessary. I'll just drink what is it, charcoal in it?
You'll just have it?
Yeah.
No, when the filter needs replaced, the water stream, like the pressure gets less and less and less. So everybody's just waiting longer and longer to fill up their water because the water just comes out so much less pressure.
The line we only have like so many employees, but somehow they eventually all wind up waiting for water at the same time because it just takes so long.
Well, I guess that's it, guys. That's the only, out of everything we could have go wrong, that's not bad at all.
Well, we'll live. I think Isaiah uses it more than anybody.
The toaster or the water?
He might. The toaster.
The toaster.
He might be struggling a bit this morning, so just be patient.
Then Isaiah tells everybody it's broken.
We would say rate and review the podcast. But let's be honest, that would probably hurt more than hell. The Worst of the Riot podcast.
You know how Easter was supposed to be coming up, what is it, next Sunday?
It's changing? No. You're making it sound like it's moving.
Well, I think it's canceled.
No, I think it's the week after, isn't it? April.
Was it the 15th or something?
Maybe the 17th. Easter of this year is Sunday, April 17th.
All right, so like a week and a half, right?
Yeah, so not this weekend, but next weekend.
But we're canceling it.
Why are we canceling it?
We can't have Easter without Kinder Surprise eggs.
I never.
Well, you weren't allowed.
Well, you were. Well, yeah,
They're
because
banned.
growing up, those were banned here in the United States because they thought we would die with the toy in them.
Yes.
And so, but they had a workaround. The Kinder Eggs for, I don't know, however long, they would have the toy in one side and then the chocolate thing on the other side.
Yeah.
And that was kind of like their work.
It was, I felt like that was, after experiencing real Kinder Surprise eggs, because in Canada you can get them.
Sure. And people used to smuggle them into the United States.
And they were like one of the best too, because the chocolate is really good. But when you get that surprise versus the surprise that they're trying to pass off on us in the United States, that's no surprise at all. Yeah, right. I don't know why the rest of the world is okay with choking,
but not us.
The children around the rest of the entire planet smart enough to not choke on a giant egg inside another chocolate egg. But in the United States, we're too dumb to handle that.
Yeah,
Anyways.
but I mean, it wasn't really in our chocolate wheelhouse when we were younger, so it's all right.
Right. Well, here in the United States, our stupid rules have saved us because we can't get real Kinder Surprise eggs. However, in the rest of the world, Kinder Surprise eggs are being recalled.
Oh, they are?
They are being recalled because the Kinder Surprise seems to be, in this case, salmonella.
Surprise!
Yeah. Ooh.
Yay!
You get botulism.
Yay! Surprise! No one. I mean, who doesn't love surprise salmonella?
Oh yeah, right.
That's exciting.
You get a Kinder egg, and the surprise is you have to sit on the toilet for a while.
Oh, you get sick.
So they've had an outbreak.
And hold a bucket.
Which is really, it's not actually funny that 63.
Oh, it's not because it's kids.
Yeah, 63 individuals, including children across Europe, have fallen ill because the Kinder Surprise eggs were infected with salmonella. So they are recalling all Kinder Surprise eggs that have an expiration date between July 30 or 11th and October 7th
of this year.
So Easter, I mean, you can't have Easter without Kinder Surprise eggs, I don't think.
We always did you got the chocolate Easter bunny.
Oh, yeah?
So if you told me he was sick, then that would be...
He's going to give you salmonella?
That'd be a bigger problem. Actually, what would be awful is, you know how like sometimes you're like, no, I'm not eating chocolate. You know, like you're just really trying to be good.
You're going to be a grown-up for
You're
Easter?
You're just going to be a real grown-up and not having all the chocolate. And then you get sick and it gets told on you. Like, hey, how many Kinder Surprise eggs did you eat?
Yeah, right.
Like, well, I ate like 20.
You had a problem. You eat that many, you're destined to get salmonella.
Well, you get found out because you're the one getting the sickness, which is not
insult
good.
To injury.
Yeah, that's true.
So Easter is called off. We'll postpone it until the Kinder Surprise eggs are ready to go for all of Europe.
So this is only the Kinder Surprise eggs in the UK, and that doesn't really affect us too much. But in case you smuggled some in, it's like you said, July 11th to October 7th expiration dates.
Is that one of those things you can get at like an international in the international section of the store? Like you can't actually they can't just make Kinder eggs for the U.S., but they can import them.
I don't know what the newer rules are. I haven't looked at them, but no, you were not supposed to. Like they can't bring them in and sell them.
There are two types of people in this world, and Hudson has a problem with both. You're listening to The Riot on Radio U.
How you doing over there, Nikki?
Man, last night, Nikki slept wrong. And I must have slept just like on my side. Because, you know, like where your shoulder blade is?
Yeah.
It really hurts.
Shoulder?
My shoulder. Back there. It really hurts. So I think I slept on it wrong.
Have you tried doing some like arm rotations or something like that?
It hurts to breathe in. Like it's just at this certain point. When I drove in, I have like heated seats. So I turned them on.
Oh, yeah. You got to get a hot compress or something on that.
I need something. So if I'm over here stretching, it's not weird. Don't make it weird.
You want to get some icy hot?
Oh, that sounds nice.
Yeah, doesn't it?
Do we have any? And I just want hot.
Just the hot. I don't know if that comes in the Radio U first aid kit.
We don't have any?
I know I don't just carry it around with me, even though I often wish I did. But icy hot is weird.
Why
do they make it so smelly?
Well, I think you're supposed to announce to everybody that you're not doing well.
Why do we need to let everybody know
you don't want
that I've got some muscle joint pain?
I also just thought maybe if I position my shoulder like near a wall or something, if you come behind me and just go bam,
smack you into the wall.
Yeah, like maybe
a body check or something.
Maybe it's out of place. Something like that.
That's what I'm thinking. You need to like stretch it out a little bit.
Trying.
You do this deal where you like put your hands behind your back and like, oh my gosh.
First off, I'm not moving that way. Anyways, that's more like my top of my shoulder. This is literally
it's
like
lower. So wait, above the head, do a nice good breath. And you like,
oh, it hurts.
I should now is now a good time to inform you I'm not a trained chiropractor.
Well, you should have told me that first.
Yeah. So any further issues that are caused, you can't blame me for.
Nope, it still hurts. It still hurts. Maybe I should Google shoulder movement, like stretches and stuff. But it hurts so bad.
You're gonna have to walk out. I mean, we got plenty of space in the studio. Just do some stretches, do some windmills. You know,
just start swinging my arms.
Yeah, I think. I mean, we got to loosen you up.
I hear what you're saying, and I think that I don't necessarily agree with your suggestions for movement.
You don't think that? I mean, I don't know what you're feeling.
Is anybody a physical therapist or something with a lighter touch?
Maybe it's as simple as you need to go back to bed.
Yeah, and lay the right way.
Yeah, or lay the opposite way. You know?
I need to
cancel it out. Cancel it out.
Even out my shoulders.
Yeah.
All right, well, I can do the show. I can. But if we had some heating stuff, that'd be nice.
You want me to do that thing where I stand behind you, I hold your two hands outstretched like this.
Oh, and then pull back?
Yeah, and then I put my foot in your back or something.
Okay.
You think that'll work?
You know what? Okay, maybe not now, but let's check next hour to see if it gets any better.
Yeah.
As long as it's not weird, that actually sounds wonderful.
I can think that kind of sounds nice normally.
It does. So, like, maybe bring in Isaiah. He can have one arm.
Oh, yeah.
You have the other arm. Oh, that sounds like a wonderful
We're just going to dislocate
stretch.
your shoulders. What's going to happen?
That's fine. Maybe that's a better
Again,
pain.
We're not licensed, not trained, no expertise on the matter whatsoever.
I'll sign a waiver before you help stretch.
Right,
it's fine.
good.
But, yep, that's today. You know, that's just something I woke up to.
It's always something.
It's nice when you just wake up, you're like, what's that?
Some talking, a little bit of yelling, and a whole lot of eating. The Riot, Radio U.
So there was a big survey that came out last week. I don't know if you got to see it, Nikki. It was the CDC's survey they surveyed over 7,000, almost 8,000 high school students.
Okay.
And it's something that they do. I don't know if it's annually or they do it frequently. When you look at the numbers, it's kind of horrible to see that they found 44. So this is took place in 2021 when they did this. 44% of the high school students surveyed described persistent feelings of sadness or hopelessness, and they kind of associated that also with depression. Yeah, it's horrible,
that
right?
High?
Yeah.
Aww.
They say that 9% reported an attempt at suicide.
So they say that this is kind of looking at mental health during COVID and to kind of see how that evolved with staying at home. And they're saying that home is not always the safe, best place that you think it is if your home situation is more stressful.
Yeah, because if you look at the numbers where they say, now this is crazy, 55% of the people of these high school students surveyed, 55% said they suffered emotional abuse from a parent in their home. More than half of it's insane. So a lot of that is being, of course, chalked up to with school closures, with people, not working from home, going to class from home, and just being stuck at home a lot of the time. It was not a great situation for a lot of people. It made a bad situation probably worse. And so that's something we have to think about now that we're going to have to reckon with now that COVID is behind us. And if you wanted to take a single view, you could be like, well, how is that different from previously? If you look at the previous surveys, those numbers of the sadness and the emotional abuse, that stuff has gone up in recent years and in this survey. So it's very, you could easily despair when you look at that.
Well, they're saying emotional abuse was defined as, like, say your parents were swearing at you, insulting you, belittling you.
Right.
So that was the 55.1%. 11.3% said they actually had physical abuse.
Yeah, which is
would
crazy.
Be hitting, beating, kicking, or physically hurting.
So at the end of the day, there's a lot of people out there, whether you're in high school or not, that you're going through a lot. And I mean, this kind of stuff is absolutely crazy. So you're going through a lot, and sometimes things that are supposed to help actually wind up making things worse in some ways, even though they might help you in other ways. And I've found that when it comes to, especially when you come to like the emotional abuse side of things, or kind of the sadness and hopelessness that we talk about here, There's plenty of things that can be done that can help. There's a long list, and some stuff will work for you and some stuff won't. But I always kind of see it as like a pyramid where you need to work from the top down. There's a lot of things lower on the pyramid that will help, but they all kind of lead to, at the end of the day, the top of the pyramid, which is a relationship with God. Because when you have a relationship with Jesus, one, he's just going to help you just by being there, just by having somebody you can turn to that knows exactly what you're going through and will help.
And then that trickles down.
And then that's a trickle down where when you're talking to God, when you're letting Jesus go through life with you, he will point you to the stuff lower in the pyramid, lower on the list of stuff that will help you out, that will work best for you, and that's right for you in your situation. And the great thing about a relationship with God is it's open to anybody. And I think a lot of times when you're stuck in a situation like this, you don't know where you can go to help. Where if you go one place, what if it causes other issues in other parts of your life? Like it can just be a whole deal. When you have a relationship with God, or when you are seeking a relationship with God, it's right there. It's not going to cause chaos in the rest of your life. You go to God wherever you are and say, hey, Jesus, I need some help. I'm going through a lot. A lot of this is out of my control. Some of it's just, like stuff that I'm dealing with in my own mind and my own whatever. And I want help with it because I don't know where to turn. And start with Jesus and go from there, and he will help. He is there. RadioU.com/free gift is a great place to start if you want to know more.
Hudson, Nikki, The Riot on Radio U.
You guys watched the college basketball championship last night?
Well, I figured probably 2 out of 3 in the room would have watched last night.
Do you don't want to reveal which one is the outlier?
I think we know it's you. I assumed both of you would watch it, so I was just waiting for the recap.
Yeah, well, it was a late night, too. We stayed up. What'd you get? I got 4 hours of sleep.
4 hours of sleep? How late did you stay up?
What do you mean? The game was on until
11:45.
Yeah, and so I had to wake up at 4.
You wake up at 4?
Well, 4:30.
Okay, so you got 5 hours of sleep. You're okay.
Hey, let him have it, all right?
Yeah.
Just
not a lot. Not a lot is the point.
Okay.
Listen, if you're only getting 4-ish hours of sleep,
It
it's
doesn't
not
matter.
enough.
It doesn't matter what it is.
Well, going into it, if I remember correctly, weren't you both going with Kansas, or were you going with North Carolina?
Well, I picked Kansas. Even though
because you didn't. You don't like the guy?
I reluctantly picked Kansas,
Yes.
despite Christian Braun and his punchable face.
Okay, so he's the one on Kansas?
Yes,
Okay.
that's right. What did you get it right?
Yeah, I wanted Kansas to win.
You wanted Kansas as well. So we are both correct, unsurprisingly.
Good job.
We're sports savants. Kansas won, despite how many times they tried to not win. They made a lot of big mistakes, especially. So the worst of it all was in the dying seconds of the game. They're up by 3 points, right? So North Carolina can tie the game with a 3-pointer if they have the ball. Kansas is inbounding the ball. They inbound it to a guy. His name is DeJuan Harris Jr. Mm-hmm. There's people around him, but he's got plenty of space. He steps on the out-of-bounds line. Not once, but twice. So if he missed it the first time where it was kind of debatable, the second time he still stepped out of bounds, gives the ball right back to North Carolina. This is 12 seconds left or something. And fortunately for him and for Kansas, North Carolina missed their last shot. So Kansas still winds up winning. But, man, they tried to give that game away. It was the biggest comeback, I believe, in national championship history.
So was it a good game? You guys liked it, or was it just boring?
Isaiah, share what you said. What you were saying this morning.
For me, and I felt like this a lot of the way through the tournament, which, it's kind of what college basketball is. It was exciting because it's just you can really tell they're laying it all on the line.
Right.
But at the same time, it's just so physical during the game. It's just such a hack show. The game looks terrible. The whole time, nobody really has control of the ball. They're just throwing up shots. It looks really bad for a majority of the game. And these are two of the best teams in college basketball. But I just felt in the tournament this year, they played so sloppy, but I thought it was a great game. It's really entertaining, but there wasn't a lot of really impressive plays that happened.
Yeah.
So sloppy good.
Yeah.
I'm on board with that. That's kind of what it is. What college has turned into, a little less finesse and a little more just
hecticness.
Yeah, right.
It really is.
The other thing was, to me, I didn't have a huge rooting interest. So, even though it was a good game, very competitive and whatever, hard fought, it wasn't very invested in it. So in the outcome, I didn't really care either way. So that kind of takes away from it a little bit.
So it's 72-69?
72-69, Kansas wins.
We're done with our bracket. Are we washing our hands of all this?
Would you like to check in on the RadioU group, see how we did?
Yes.
We did a RadioU bracket for, obviously, the tournament.
Mm-hmm. Now, entering the Final Four, you know who was in the lead of the RadioU crew?
I think JR was doing well, wasn't he?
He was doing well.
And you were doing better.
I was doing better. But
Hudson ended up on top? You won?
No, JR beat me. He surpassed me in the Final Four. So out of all the...
Does it ruin it with the fact that I don't think he cares about it?
No, he probably doesn't.
He didn't try.
No, I don't think he's much of a college basketball guy. But good for JR. Congratulations. So he finished out of all of the us and then all of the RadioU fans that joined as well. He finished 9th in total. I finished 12th. The winner of the entire group, somebody that goes by Hamlet the Pig.
Nice.
Oh, one of my favorite listeners.
Yeah,
Good
right.
old Hamlet the Pig.
We're supposed to be like, oh,
I know.
Right.
Great work, Hamlet.
Good job.
Or do we have to squeal?
No.
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 Well,
All right,
congratulations, Hamlet. You've won nothing.
Did anybody win any big with their brackets? I mean, ours was just for funsies.
Yeah, we failed.
But if anybody won anything big, let us know.
Yeah, I hope somebody out there had Kansas all along and they made a big windfall. I did see somebody. So the spread of the game last night was 4 points, and like we said, Kansas. The guy that went out of bounds with like a few seconds left. If he would have stayed in bounds, he would have gotten fouled.
He would have shot 2 free throws, and he would have covered the spread. Is what would have happened.
So somebody lost $1 million. At least one person we know about lost $1 million,
And it was his fault.
because he stepped out of bounds. So that's betting for you, right?
That's how that happened.
Yep.
We've done you a favor by selecting the best of the worst and compiling it all in one place. Riot Podcast RadioU.
So you ever been to Cape Cod?
I don't think I spent any time. I just remember some sort of flight got diverted somewhere
To Cape Cod?
to that area.
Oh, wow.
I think, but outside of that, no, I don't think so.
A regional airport or something?
Something, yeah.
That's odd. I've been to New England, but all of New England is not the same.
Sure.
I've been to like Rhode Island and stuff. I've been to similar areas to Cape Cod. Never actually been there.
And isn't that the name of those potato chips?
It is, and they're so good.
They're so good.
The jalapeno ones. Oh, chef's kiss.
But the Cape Cod potato chips, if you've not had that,
Yes.
we've all been there.
Yes, right. So those, I mean, those can get away with anything.
Yeah.
But in the Cape Cod area, so this is why I'm asking. Because apparently in Cape Cod, it is normal enough to have an outdoor shower that the fire departments are posting about it.
That there's a problem with it?
There's a problem with your outdoor shower you need to watch out for.
Is people see naked? Is it too many potato chips?
Yeah,
What is
I don't know. So the outdoor shower, the issue that this is actually the Harwich. And again, it's Cape Cod, it's New England, so I don't know if I'm even pronouncing. It could be Harwich, it could be Hatch, I don't know. But it seems to me Harwich Fire Department, they say that you got to watch out if you've got an outdoor shower, particularly if you have a mirror in your outdoor shower setup.
Yeah.
Because the mirrors have been known to cause fires.
Oh, because of the reflection.
They will reflect the sun, and so they have pictures here of in the area where houses have burned to the ground, burned to a crisp because their outdoor shower mirror wound up causing a fire and burned a whole house down. And I would imagine too, you think about Cape Cod, what do people a lot of times like that's their summer home?
Yeah.
So maybe they've got this set up for a lot of the year, but they're not always there.
Yeah, because at first when I saw it, I thought, well, I mean, you're in the shower, just turn the water towards the fire part, but that's not it.
No.
You leave the mirror up.
Right,
and
all the
then
time.
Over time, the sun reflection with the mirror, if it hit the right spot at the house, then yes, that would cause a fire.
I just think, so why do they have the outdoor showers? Is that like a pool /
I think it's a
beach thing, you think?
Yeah, it's a beach thing.
It just feels like a lot too. Why do you need a shower? You don't need a mirror in your outdoor shower.
Well, if someone wants to outdoor shower shave, maybe.
Oh, man, now you're really getting into it.
I mean, why not if you have the outdoor space?
I guess it shows me just not understanding. I love going to the beach. At first I did not pick up on, oh yeah, it's probably because
the sand.
Because it's a more affluent area where you probably have nice pool setups. So you could have the pool, or it could be if you have live in the beach area, you're coming right off the beach, you want to shower. But at first I was like, man, you're in Cape Cod. You got to shower inside
and
you shower
outside.
outside. Sometimes you're just like, I feel like taking a shower outdoors today.
That's fancy, right there.
That feels like camping though.
No, I think it is mostly because of the beach.
Yeah,
which is
must
also
be.
fancy too.
Yeah, right. Either way, you have a charmed life, but sometimes I guess you don't know all that comes with that. It could mean your summer home burning down.
Weird.
Because of your outdoor shower mirror.
I feel like you just don't notice everything that might be dangerous.
Yeah.
So if you have, like just maybe a run through of your place, even if you don't have an outdoor shower, it's just good to see to make sure you have nothing dangerous.
Invite the fire marshal over.
Oh yeah,
let him do a quick inspection.
I think you can do that.
You probably can, right?
That way, if you just want someone to come through and make sure everything's correct.
Would Hudson and Nikki's celebrity couple nickname be Hucky or Nidson? It's a good thing they aren't together. The Riot, Radio U.
The Morbius stories, they haven't gone away yet.
We have more Morbius.
Yes. Are you ready for Morbius?
I am.
So
they're really trying to get us to be interested in it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if this makes it better or worse. So Jared Leto stars in Morbius. He plays Michael Morbius, the vampire human hybrid type deal. And the reason that Morbius, I guess this is a spoiler in a way. The reason that Morbius turns into the vampire is because Jared Leto is like paralyzed or something in the movie, or he has pain. I don't know. He has some kind of disease where he's in a wheelchair in the movie and uses crutches and stuff like that. So Jared Leto, he's a method actor.
Yeah.
He takes that very seriously. So he was, using a wheelchair and crutches even when he wasn't on screen, even when he wasn't on camera, right?
See, I don't know if that's too into it.
Yeah.
If that would have bothered me if you were filming with him or just around him.
It's totally one of those things
a method actor.
That if the movie turns out great, then you're like, you got to believe in the process. You're like him taking it seriously. That's it. See, here's the results. It looks great. And then when it's a movie like Morbius, where it's just obviously a ridiculous movie anyways.
Yeah.
And then it turns out badly. Then you're like, why are you wasting your time and effort method acting as a vampire human?
Well, they say that Jared Leto used crutches when not filming to still remain in the character.
Right.
But because that took so long when outside of the filming process for him to walk around and maneuver, he said, okay, fine. If I have to go to the bathroom, I'll use a wheelchair. But he was still just not walking like normal.
Yeah. And so they say that he took his method acting so far as to take the wheelchair situation into the bathroom.
Yeah.
So his bathroom breaks, they say, would take a lot longer than you would expect because he was forcing himself to use a wheelchair. So that's how far he was taking it. So does that make the movie like? Are you like, wow, he put a lot of effort into this, I guess I should go see it? I don't think so. I think it just makes it kind of seem more sad that he was so committed to something that has turned out so horribly.
Sure. I don't know. Method acting sometimes with maybe him in other past movies as well. It's how you do it. You can be kind, meaning like to the director or the workers around you.
And
or
respectful of everybody else.
That's a better word. Respectful for it by not making whatever you think your method acting is. You don't have to be mean or unreasonable about it. So I'm not sure.
Well, it's also just weird too. I'm trying to think of there's him and Daniel Day-Lewis would be the two notable ones that I can think of that are super into method acting.
Where you can't even barely talk to them.
Right. And if they're going to be in character all the time.
And that, I think that goes too far.
It goes too far. However, especially with Daniel Day-Lewis, the results, I mean, some of his movies have been amazing, but one of the things I think is different is his characters generally seem to be based off of people that either did exist or could exist. Like he played Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
You're going to live as Abraham Lincoln. That's one thing. You're going to live as a vampire human hybrid supervillain.
You mean Abraham Lincoln vampire hunter?
Yeah, right. Basically. Daniel Day-Lewis might start hunting you if you don't watch out. So that, I mean, what are you even basing your acting off of is, I don't know. That's where I kind of draw the line. And the Joker as well. Jared Leto played the Joker, had similar issues. Where people were saying he was just way too into character. It's just not a real thing.
Sure.
So you're just, you can take it as far as you want to go with it which could be pretty crazy.
Well, I liked how you said it. There's no reason why they should not be respectful while they're still, if they want to, be deep into character.
Well, I guess unless the character is not respectful.
Oh gosh. Yeah, okay.
Then you're really getting into mind games there.
You're right.
At the end of the day, though, how bad would this movie have been if he didn't stay in character to go to the bathroom?
Yeah,
it might have been even worse.
No, I feel like it's probably the same.
If you're looking for diet motivation, you won't find it here. The Riot Radio U.
If you want to text in and be a part of this conversation where, so we just came off the fundraiser here at Radio U, which means a lot of food is provided. And the fundraiser, it's just, it's a lot of work. It's constant talking, whatever. It just takes a lot out of you kind of mentally or whatever.
Oh, and physically, I think.
Physically, sure. I mean, compared to if you're like hanging rock or something, it's a little different. But it's still, for us, it's a lot. And so you give yourself a pass on a lot of the food stuff, and it gives you time. It's almost 2 weeks long. It gives you time to develop some bad food habits, right?
Sure.
It opens the door for some of that. So I think we should have an open discussion of what food challenges we are dealing with right now.
Well, yesterday we were talking about something else, and they used the word, like your current challenges, which is a good way, I think, to put it, because we don't need to put ourselves down.
Yeah.
Right.
All right?
Right. So we haven't developed bad habits. We're just developing
problem.
Right.
It's a
challenge.
A challenge
I like
that we
that.
need to overcome. Mm-hmm. So what are we dealing with right now, y'all?
Snack cakes.
What do you mean?
Wait,
Snack
what?
cakes. All the snack cakes.
Actually, that makes sense. There's so
Yeah,
many in there.
there's a
It's
lot.
unreal.
That makes a lot of
During
sense.
the entire fundraiser, I was like, oh, a snack cake here and a snack cake there, an evening snack cake, a morning
wow.
one.
So that's
I
why
would
they've
take some
disappeared so
home.
quickly. Oh, no.
Yeah. You've been taking them home.
I even took home some over the weekend.
Oh.
Well, I didn't want
Oh,
to
my
just
gosh.
come down from the fundraiser completely like cold turkey. I had to work my way down.
Makes
buy your
sense,
own,
yeah.
You couldn't buy your own home snack cakes?
No, we have plenty here.
Different. No, you can take
Yeah,
things
but that was
home.
your community snack
You've been,
cakes.
you've been taking things home too,
I
haven't
took
you?
a few leftovers.
Ah, there
And they
it is.
oftentimes weren't for me.
Oh, likely story.
Well, I've got to save money. So when we've got leftover chicken wings.
You took those home? You
What?
did not take those home.
I took some chicken wings home.
What
A
kind of
few.
chicken wings?
The B-dubs?
Most, yeah,
No,
like
you
some of the
did
orange
not.
chicken. Some of the orange chicken.
No, you guys didn't. I told. Ridiculous. I said there were some of them in there. I was like, okay, well, I'll leave these for tomorrow in case
Yeah.
somebody wants to eat them. And the next day, Chris is getting ready to clean things out. And he's like, oh, I think I'm going to throw away some of these wings. I was like, all right, well, don't throw those away because I'll take them home. And then and he's like, okay, I'll save them in here for you. And then later I came back and they were
No,
gone
I took
already.
them the night before.
Yeah, me too. I took
okay,
them the night
good.
before. But the last day wings.
Yeah, the Parmesan garlic ones. Yeah, Chris said he was going to save those for me. And I
Yeah.
came back and they were gone.
That wasn't us.
I ate those.
No!
I was standing up for you.
Was Chris in there when you ate them?
No, nobody was in there.
No.
There was 4 wings. I was like, this isn't even a full meal. So I had it as like a snack. There was no name on it.
Did you have a
but-
lunch on Friday, or was that just a middle of the day snack?
That was just a snack.
Oh my gosh!
Do you hear how these are
just-
challenges that we're having, guys?
This is a challenge. This isn't just a challenge eating health-wise. This is
No.
a challenge on Isaiah and I's relationship.
You're
I
stealing
know.
food.
I had no idea that the fridge was just a free-for-all nowadays. I thought there was a little bit of
Well,
structure to it.
What do you mean? We went through a time a couple months ago where we learned we have to label everything if
We
you
do.
want it. Especially when it's fundraiser leftovers.
I had hard-boiled eggs, and someone ate my hard-boiled eggs.
That's how bad it was. We
That
did
was
go
so
through a little
bad.
bit of a stint where there was some minor issues with people eating each other's food. But I also feel bad labeling, claiming things at the fundraiser.
Oh, no, you have
So
to.
I started
you gotta
telling
do
people.
it. Or
So I was
just
like,
eat it right then and there.
I know,
That's
I was
what
just
I
saving
usually
it.
do.
I actually
Yeah,
thought the other
clearly.
day, what if I got a little mini fridge and just put it upstairs in my office?
Oh, that's a great
You just start
idea.
stacking things up there.
That is a great
You're like, well,
idea.
this looks pretty good. I'll
And then
go ahead
it's
and
like,
grab that.
why does Nikki's office have ants?
Yeah. But it smells so
it
good in here.
clean.
My thing too was when we had the little Debbie's, when we had the Swiss rolls. Those went quick.
yeah.
But that was a real struggle for me that first 5 days or so of the fundraiser. I was eating one of those every day.
Well, you know, when you live at home and your mom or dad are like, hey, let's not have so many snack cakes. And here you're like, nope, I can have as many
Yeah.
as
as many as I
want.
No
want.
limits.
There's so many of them.
I do appreciate how I feel like with the snack cakes, we kind of all, we had basically some of everything, a box of everything. And I feel that we all fell into our own, we all found our own comfort zone.
Yeah.
And not too much crossover, I think, that we were we had so many to choose from. Nobody could be upset that if one was gone, you just moved on to the next.
Yeah, but we spent almost 2 weeks eating snack cakes every day.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what to do now.
Right.
Yeah, I know.
How do you come down?
The standard is so
Wean
high. There were
yourself
so
off.
many. There were so many in there too. Now that it's like starting to dwindle down, we're going through them. Like there's like some of the things that maybe weren't as popular. Then now we're like, oh, maybe
We'll still eat them
we
now.
will eat these.
That reminds me, I need to go put some of those strawberry shortcake rolls in the fridge.
Oh,
Or maybe
name
even the
on that?
freezer. Yeah, put my name on them for sure.
Well, if there's-
Although obviously they've made it this long, it seems like nobody else likes them.
Well, not the strawberry things.
Oh,
But
they're
if-
good.
No. But if you have any current, what we call challenges on what's a problem, nope, not a problem. What's a workable moment for what is a issue that you're having?
Yeah.
Nicely. What's the issue? What's the food thing right now?
Yeah, let us know. 8772 Radio U. I'm sorry I unknowingly ate your
chicken
wing
wings?
as a snack.
I think you did it on purpose. That's
spite
what
you.
I've come to.
Absolutely perfect. No notes. The Riot on Radio U.
We have reports coming out of China that they are exploring the possibility. They are researching the idea of high-speed doomsday trains.
Oh, that's not
Doesn't
good.
that sound great?
That sounds horrible.
They
I want a choo-choo train, not a doomsday.
Yeah.
What's on a doomsday train?
well, what makes it a doomsday train is that it would carry nuclear weapons.
Oh, no.
Whoa!
Yeah, they ICBMs, intercontinental ballistic missiles, on a high-speed railway system. The idea behind it is, I guess generally, if you wanted to transport nuclear weapons, one way you could do it is on what they call a heavy haul railway. But those are a little slower moving, and so the idea is that they think if they were to put ICBMs that actually could be launched from a train on a high-speed railway,
Then it moves around faster.
it would move around faster, be harder to detect or keep track of for any enemies that they might be dealing with. So we may have a Chinese doomsday nuclear warhead train.
High-speed train.
High-speed train
Boy, to
circling
be-
around the country in China.
To be in those meetings when someone proposed.
Yeah.
I know.
Well, why don't we just put it on a high-speed train? Why do we do that?
Now,
I don't know about that.
They're not the first ones. And just to be clear, they're talking about, I don't know why in my mind I'm imagining the train moving and launching the missiles at the same time. I don't
is
know
it
if that's
not?
how it would work.
To
I don't
me-
know. I don't even know.
Just to let you know how I think, I thought, well, then the train can get away from.
Yeah.
Like it can be high
You can get out of there.
I don't think that's the right thinking, though.
No, but I think the idea would be that it would be able to be launched from the train. Like they'd have to build the tracks in a special way so that launching it would still be able to handle that.
Sure.
But all this has me, and I'm not alone in thinking of the movie and TV show Snowpiercer.
Snowpiercer, one of my favorites.
And that's why I thought,
Did
Isaiah,
you ever
might
see
be
the
able to.
movie, or did you just watch the show?
I've just seen the show. They just started I think it's season 3 now. They just started a couple weeks ago.
If you watch the movie, it's
You think it's better?
I do.
Really? I love
So
the
you're
show. I've
both
watched the first 2
Snowpiercer
seasons.
fans. Okay, so I thought particularly I knew Isaiah was a big fan. I thought you'd be able to provide some expertise on the situation.
Oh, yeah.
Let's say we get into Doomsday Train Snowpiercer scenario. What do we got to do?
What do you mean? What do we have to do?
Well,
Not be
to
on the
get rid of
train.
this? Yeah.
Wait, don't you die if you're not on the train?
Well,
like
yeah,
everybody
you-
off the train is dead, right?
Yeah, it's because
I've
it's
seen
cold.
the
It's
movie.
cold outside, so yeah, you want to stay on the train essentially.
Because it's a nuclear winter.
Yes.
Pretty
Precisely.
much. So
You know, in the movie, there's just not a lot of hope, whichever way.
it's pretty bleak.
It's pretty bleak.
So there's no hope, is what you're saying. Eventually, there's going to be a Chinese doomsday train, and we're all doomed.
Again,
I guess that's the doom part of it.
I think I'll go to the train station and ask to go to the nicer train where I'm not involved in all these worst case scenarios. So I think I'll pass.
You have any advice then?
See, I just feel like I don't understand the concept of the train. So is it just moving fast so people can't get on it? Is that the point of it? Is it going to be going forever? Is that what this train is?
Well, no, this train wouldn't actually be like people. It would just be able to move the weapons around at a faster pace.
There'd be somebody on it, right?
Well, somebody's got to work the train, but is it on there going so fast so people can't detect that it's a nuclear train?
I guess they just keep it circling around until eventually, and maybe there's different places in the track, so it can go. One day it goes all the way around. One day it veers through a shortcut. And
it can hide in a tunnel.
Right. And then if you're an enemy nation or whatever, you just have no idea where the train is at the moment because it's moving fast all the time.
Well, pass.
Yeah.
Don't like to think about the Doomsday Train.
I just don't like the name of it. It just sounds a little bit too, too harsh.
If you call it a Doomsday Train.
Well, it's not like what was the one growing up? It's not Thomas.
Yeah, it's not Thomas the Train.
It's not that one.
It's the Doomsday Train.
And then I guess it does sound pretty bleak when you put it that way.
Yes, it does. Thanks for sharing the bleakness with us.
Yeah.
Just thought we all needed something to brighten our day.
Yeah, thanks.
Some talking, a little bit of yelling, and a whole lot of eating. The Riot, Radio U.
Well, this is horrible, but we're going to talk about it.
And he's not telling me what it's about before, so I'm just going to get right out the bat, what's horrible.
All right. Here, let me I'm going to pitch you on this idea.
Okay.
At least I'm going to try to prime you for it. Toilet paper.
Oh, okay.
It's expensive.
Sure.
Sometimes, especially as we've seen in the last few years. It's hard to find.
It is.
You
and
can run out.
They're taking parts of the roll it's less.
Oh, that's right. It's getting shrinkflated.
Yep, it absolutely is.
The price is staying the same, but the rolls just keep getting smaller and smaller.
Those Charmin bears are lying to you.
Yeah, it's getting less and less. And sometimes you think there's a certain degree of embarrassment when buying toilet paper. You think? It's weird bringing it through the checkout.
No, I'm kind of
having to admit, yes, I go to the bathroom just like everybody else.
No, because I hit it at Costco, so it's like a 25-pack, so there's no embarrassment anymore.
Geez, what do you live in the bathroom is what the cashiers are probably thinking.
We're all gone. The embarrassment left when we couldn't find any.
Yeah,
That's when things changed.
Well, okay, so I've given you all the negatives of a lot of the negatives of toilet paper. What if I propose to use switching?
To toilet paper alternatives?
Switching to an alternative of toilet paper.
Paper towels?
Hey, how about
flannels? What are we talking about?
The family cloth.
Oh. Family?
The family cloth.
What are we in a barn? What are we doing? No, we're not.
I hate how this woman refers to it. That right out of the gate. Any chance it had of changing my mind on the idea of switching from toilet paper to the family cloth. Just by calling it the family cloth. Listen, nothing in the bathroom better be the family anything.
And I'm very respectful to the fact that a lot of us want to cut back and save money. But there are certain areas where you can save more money and other areas where, I might save money by not using toilet paper.
But is it worth it?
Not enough for my mental well-being to use the family cloth.
So I have, this woman, the family cloth woman, her name is Jamie Janelle. She is the mother of 7. So I guess you probably have 9 people living in your house.
Well, I guess they do.
You are going to go through a lot of toilet paper. But she says they made the switch. I don't know exactly when, but she was in reference to back, of course, in 2020 was when nobody could get toilet paper.
She also just says it's eco-friendly.
It's eco-friendly, saves a lot of money, and then if you can't find toilet paper, you don't have to worry. So she made the switch, so they have a bidet. That's an important piece in this. You really want the bidet. Honestly, in the United States, people just keep saying it's remarkable that we haven't switched to bidets already.
They also became popular, though, when toilet paper was hard to find.
That's right.
So you can get them and you just add them to your toilet.
But I think, if you have a bidet, though, a lot of people will still, you need to dry off. So you need you need toilet paper as well. So this woman is using
the family cloth,
the bidet, and then to dry off, the family cloth. And so she says she washes, so this is a family of 7. She'll do a load of wash for the used family cloths once a week. And so that's it. That they just have a sack for the used cloth.
Well, I think I've seen some and because it's those extreme cheap people show, and they'll just put it in a little trash can or a bucket, and then you wash those. But that's not how we're going to do that.
No, I don't think that's going to work for me.
First off, if I go to her house, I'm bringing my own.
That's what she said. She said in 2020 she only bought 2 packs of toilet paper, and they were for guests. And I was like, what are you having people over for in 2020? You're not supposed to do that.
Listen, they can because that's just maybe how it is. But also, I just want to overuse toilet paper.
That's right.
We want to take extra.
What worries me is, it's one thing if you run out of socks, you don't have enough clean socks, you just reuse them.
Oh.
If you run out of clean family cloth in the bathroom and you don't have toilet paper, all of a sudden, you're in a tough situation.
This is awful. They pre-soak them because if not, she wouldn't wash them as frequently. She could go sometimes up to a month before washing.
No, that doesn't make it better. You're not selling me on
money
this.
Across the board.
And,
come on, you like to save money.
I love to save money. I don't want to save it like this.
It becomes a game.
I want to save the money on everything else so I can spend whatever I want on toilet paper.
I know, but it becomes a game for some people. And I guess since she has a larger family, but never, and you can mark this down, never will there be a family cloth.
Not at your household?
No.
What about at the RadioU family cloth?
I'll come here to use our toilet paper before we have to do that at home.
Yeah.
That's a no.
I think I'm with you. No, there's no way she could sell me on this. I don't care how much money I save.
You've made it all the way to the end of the Worst of the Riot. This show only exists because of support from listeners like you. Find out more and help out at RadioU.com/donate.